Yins, guys! Thank you for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast where we talk all about them Pittsburgh Pirates and that. My name is Josh, and today is April 4th. The home opener is today. If you're going to the game today, let me know on Twitter, on YouTube comments, wherever. Let me know. Come say hi. We'll hang out a little bit.
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So, if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
Today's the home opener, and I know that this is probably one of the most interesting home openers in a long time. So let me navigate through this because today might be a little different. I usually look very fondly at home openers at PNC Park. Our kids have never missed one. We've sat in the snow. We've sat in the rain. Last year, we sat in the snow and the rain and the ice and the sun. And then I think the snow again. This year certainly feels a little bit different. The team is coming off an off season that was a disappointment. Bringing in players like Tommy Pham, who is the lack of a leader, and then calling him a leader. Not supporting the players that are there. Even trading for a guy like Spencer Horwitz, who turned out to be injured, whether it was before or after, that's not the point. It's the whole situation. And who knows when we'll see this dude at first base anyway. I mean, there were some saying it was only going to be 2 weeks, but we haven't heard anything. We've heard nothing. I've said it multiple times on here before that I thought it was going to be a month. So we'll keep watching this thing. Maybe we'll hear something soon. I don't know. But did you plan for a scenario where a starting pitcher would be injured? How about two of them? You signed Heaney very late, maybe because of this. Could have done something like that before and had something better in place. You moved Mitch Keller to the home opener because you didn't want Bailey Falter starting the home opener. But if you would have signed somebody that would have replaced Falter to begin with, maybe it'd be different. What if Jack Sawinski wasn't hitting the ball hard this season? Numbers aside, we're seeing positive things from the quality of his contact. Quantity still needs work, but the quality is there. And if it wasn't, you'd be even worse off. Because you wouldn't even have known who would have made that roster coming out of the spring. Ji-Hwan Bae's on this roster. That's a sign. But the biggest of all things, maybe we could talk about that, but the biggest of all things is, what if the closer doesn't pitch like a closer? What did you do to protect yourself from Bednar and Holderman repeating their 2024 struggles? What if Dennis Santana goes the way of other waiver claims that have been here for a while and has a short stint of something really great and then falls apart? There's no guarantee this wasn't going to be another version of that. There's been a lot of waiver claims come through here for a while. Some of them have played well in stints. Same with Joey Bart. What if Joey Bart wasn't the best hitter in spring? Joey Bart has 1 RBI so far in the first 7 games. They didn't bring in another player with closer experience. They didn't bring in another bullpen arm with notable, like a notable free agent who could assume the role, even if they don't have a lot of closer experience, but they were elite. Somebody like a Jeff Hoffman who could have stepped into that role. Most nights the offense looks like Reynolds and Cruz, or just those two. Reynolds dealing with a tricep issue, so maybe just Cruz. I mentioned Horwitz with the injury. You got Nick Gonzalez injured. Adam Frazier, who's been playing well, all things considered, is starting every game. Not ideal. Now, the offense hasn't been all bad. But just imagine, still the most runs we've scored is 4. I know that's the magic number, but there's been games where it's less. But going out, and we see signs that there should have been more runs scored, right? It's not just 4 runs. It's 4 runs and like 5 missed opportunities for a 5th run. But going out and getting a bona fide corner outfielder this offseason would have gone a long way in this lineup. We're seeing the same issues we saw last year in the first week of games. That's not what you wanted to be better. I didn't want to see, even if I saw new problems, we didn't address the old ones. They didn't do enough this offseason, and it's showing early on, and that's not a good recipe for a home opener that is going to be fanfare and happy. The fans are disappointed. Sure, I know. Fans are upset all the time. You can't ever please them. But those fans usually never show up. This is another level. This is fans who will be there. This is fans who in the past have been very positive. This is fans who've had hope at the beginning of the year. At some point, Ben Cherington asked that he and Derek Shelton be accountable together. Well, here we are, the morning of the home opener, assuming you're listening to this before the game. There's a lot of fans who feel it necessary to make their voices heard to hold these guys accountable. I'm not a booing type of person, but that doesn't mean that I disagree with those who do. This rebuild has shown signs of progress. The pitching development alone has been exceptional. Even Skeens, to an extent, he's credited on multiple occasions of how the Pirates staff has been instrumental. But it kind of stops at pitching. There's been little offensive success stories. The defense has not mirrored one that would support a great starting rotation. The guys you do have aren't being surrounded by guys who complement them or even help them out. We're hoping O'Neal Cruz has a breakout season this year. Not a guy who's going to carry a team like Aaron Judge. There were better players available, and to the fan base, it feels like there was a lot of sitting on your hands. And whatever, we can say, maybe it's a budget issue. Maybe it's a hiring issue. Maybe it's an accountability issue. Maybe it's a narrative issue. Whatever it is.
Well, Lottie frickin' da!
You didn't do enough. They just didn't. Nothing's been done to address it. Derek Shelton is not getting the job done right now. That doesn't mean he can't. This team does have talent. It does. It has talent. Good players. Just not enough of them. They have depth. We've said this during the offseason too. This team has depth, but it doesn't have starters. So there's stuff there. If you added a proven bat to the outfield, to shortstop, and to first base, like a proven bat, IKF's been fine so far, but like not a supporting player. If you sign somebody there who could get it done, I honestly believe the rest of this roster could put up the offense it needs. The problem is that two of those three guys that you would have to bring in would have to be in the top 5 of the batting order. That's the type of guys they would have had to bring in to do this. So even if it's only 3 players, they'd have to be 3 key players that would make a huge impact. And didn't do any of it. I mean, they brought in a first baseman, right? They brought in an outfielder. We don't know about Horwitz yet. We don't know. Hopefully it's good. I tend to believe it's not going to be a big power guy. And outfield was a disaster. Bringing in Tommy Pham is a disaster. Nothing short of it. I understand that you're frustrated. We all are. I understand you're likely to get amped up and want to boo the whole thing today. You paid for a ticket. If I'd ask anything from the fan base, from the people that are sitting around me, I guess I'd say the small number of people who decide to listen to this today, this is not the players' faults. You want to see your team win, we need to get behind the players. Derek Shelton, Ben Cherington, Bob Nutting, have your way.
Dang it, Bobby.
Despite all that, let's get behind Paul Skeens, Mitch Keller, O'Neal Cruz, Brian Reynolds. Let's give Andrew McCutchen the appreciation he deserves in what is possibly his last home opener at PNC Park. And I'm just talking like we're announcing the lineups here, right? Players make mistakes on the field, hold them accountable. That's fine. I don't mind booing an error or a base running blunder or something like that. As long as you're willing to cheer for them when they make up for it with a homer later in the game, I don't care. And I'm not dictating anything like that. Although if I could request no waves, ban the wave, that would be nice. But today, I'm afraid of the level of enjoyment that could be sucked out of the game. A little bit. Big bad Yankees coming to town. Offense on fire right now. Tornado bats everywhere. Tornado. You can tell we had a big storm last night, right? Torpedo bats, bowling pins everywhere. The recipe for disaster. At the end of the day, a home opener, not today's home opener, a home opener, right? Hear me out. I want it to be memorable because of baseball and the things that happen on a baseball field, not because of front office shortcomings. But this year, it's gone too far. And this fan base is tired of it. And it makes a lot of sense. This is a historic franchise who deserves a lot better than what it's been since the strike of 94. Let's go back to that. One of the best MLB franchises has been destroyed in the past 30 years. It's not that I don't appreciate what's been done. There has been some good. But the fact that the job is not complete and the fans are sick and tired of being a punchline in this league where they should be respected at least for the history. I'll never not root for the Pirates to win today. But like many of you, just tired of the consistency of losing.
I'm bummed out. Yeah.
Enjoy your day today.
That doesn't mean what he thinks it means.
Take care of whatever you need to take care of. But don't let it get in the way of you enjoying baseball, the best sport ever invented. After all,
Friday is Hawaiian Shirt Day. So if you want to, go ahead and wear a Hawaiian shirt and jeans.
As always, guys, thanks for listening. Come see me today. Come meet up with me if you're at the game today. Say hi. If not, whatever. I don't know. Try to enjoy your day today, guys. The weather might actually be okay. That's a good thing. We'll be back at it Sunday night and all week next week. Thank you again for listening to this. I hope that you guys are enjoying the daily thing. I hope that this is a good touch base every day that we can bring this to you. It's been fun for me for sure, and I think it's going to be a lot better given what Thursday nights could have been. So thanks again. Follow on everything. Keely will let you know. I always appreciate it, guys. Have a great day.
Thanks for listening to the Bridge to Buctober podcast. Subscribing to your platform of choice is the best way to be notified for new episodes. And now, new episodes every weekday. Remember, live shows with my dad and Uncle Jake are Sundays at 9 p.m. Subscribe to the YouTube channel and join them in the live chat every Sunday. Follow them on Twitter, Facebook, and Instagram at Bridge2 Buctober. Clear the deck. Cannonball coming. And let's go Bucks.